Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. My name's Mike Curtis. I'm from Myom, the founder of Myom. Our purpose is to shake up milk for good. And why? 15 billion litres of milk is shipped around the UK every year, and 90% of that is water. We know that shipping water by truck is as much as 400 times less efficient than taking water from the tap. And in the UK, 80% of our plant milk is imported from Europe and the US. And every single litre travels, on average, 483 kilometres before it reaches the consumer. That's like living in London and buying your milk in Edinburgh. And then we throw away 1 in every 6 litres that we buy. Our idea is a very simple one. It's just to take oats, add the water at home, shake to make an oat milk that tastes delicious and is kinder to the planet. We do this in a pocket-size premix, which is a litre. And as I say, add the water at home. It's free from dairy. It has more calcium than dairy. It has half the fat and half the sugar of semi-skimmed dairy. It's fully recyclable pouch, and it's made here in the UK. We've been very lucky in the last couple of months in particular to win a number of industry standard taste awards. First oat milk in the UK to win a Great Taste 2 Stars award. And as of last week, the grocer gave Myom the award for free from and plant-based new products of the year. Wow. The judges had some very nice things to say about it as well. Let's hope that this one's the right one here. Must be the future of milk. If you look at the impact of 1 litre of dairy milk, I think it's pretty well documented that the contribution, the impact is more than the weight of the product itself in terms of CO2. And I think it's also pretty well documented that the plant milk industry has done a lot to communicate to consumers the improvement in impact by switching from dairy to plant-based milks. On an average, they're about a third better, about 30% of the contribution of dairy. And the validation work that we've completed here would suggest that we're about 50% better than carton-based milk, which is pretty obvious, I suppose, when you think about the reduction in packaging volume and weight in distribution. And that translates to, when you visualize that in terms of what that impact is, dairy, for example, is a ball, 70-meter cubed ball of CO2, which is the average impact for every man, woman, child in the UK drinking on average 70 litres per annum, which is what we currently do. So on the basis of 70 litres, these are the impacts of both dairy and current carton-based options, and then Myom at the end. Our consumer, through our analysis of the target market, we looked at 17.3 million who are currently buying veg or prefer veg options, 32% of all adults, rising to 44% of 25 to 44-year-olds. And within that, we've identified a sustainability core, which is 9 million in the UK that are buying specifically for making purchase decisions that benefit the environment. And within that, there's a core of young, influential consumers who are positively switching away from dairy of 3.4 million. And we're getting those customers in our customer base is 91% female, 25 to 45, and bullseye's around about 30 years. But interestingly, even though they say they buy for sustainability reasons, it's actually very low down on their consideration list here. Number 1 is taste. Of course, we're a food brand, but convenience. And I think the sort of pocket size, take it with you, travel size option of our packaging really works for consumers. This has led to sales only through direct consumer at the moment through the validation period this year. We launched right at the beginning of the year, which led to, over the course of the year, about £250,000 worth of sales. We're just going on Amazon now, as you know. And then we're forecasting 3 million next year as we move into grocery and 10 million the year after. That 10 million at today's value is still only 3.5% of the UK oat milk market. So it's actually very conservative in terms of an ambition, considering we're a category proposition. So we're not a brand versus brand proposition, we're against the category. And we're doing that through a number of conversations that we've got going on at the moment. And we're in very advanced conversations with one on the left-hand side, and even more advanced conversations with somebody down the bottom here, and in contact with a number of others that are progressing very nicely. So in January, you'll find us in Whole Foods, or the UK's #1 leading specialty grocery retailer. If you go into Kensington, you'll see a takeover, and we've got end caps throughout their estate from January onwards. And as of last week, we just agreed commercials with a top 4 UK grocery store group to launch in 400 stores from May onwards. Thank you. Yeah. In our little journey last year, we raised 500,000 SEIS through angels, friends, some of which are here today, some of whom are here today, and a PMV of 3. We raised over the last 2 or 3 months with great momentum, actually, against a PMV of 6, 750,000 within an EIS wrapper. That closed. But because of the impact of the, filling the shelves and the new distribution channels that we've got, etc., there's definitely a requirement for us to look at some kind of working capital solutions, which may be some combination of equity and debt finance. We'll keep the valuation will remain at a PMV of 6, and it will still be within the EIS wrapper if it's equity. We have representing us here today our chairman, Richard Pennycook. This is probably well known to a few people. Stephen Day, myself and Mark in the audience somewhere. So we'll be around if anybody wants to talk to us afterwards. Our CFO is at Slush, and he has called with some positive conversations. So the time's now really to have a conversation with us. I'd like to finish by thanking JB, the team, the wonderful team at Amazon who've really looked after us. Thank you for holding our hands throughout the journey. To Climate Kick, and for the time that we've spent with you. And especially to you lot, who I think are friends for life. Yeah.